Don't kill off them.
And now we're going to take a look at the stats here. 16 and 10 out of Soldier. Tizoxic was doing work with that sniper rifle. You saw the no-scope. He went +4. On the other side, Ogre 2, 15 and 13 without the power weapons, doing a nice job of going positive. But Fear itself, he was getting the sniper for Final Boss, and he just couldn't put it to use.
Yeah, a little surprised there to see Fear and Victory at the lower end of the spectrum right there in terms of the kills. But, you know, Final Boss, again, they're a bit more balanced, a bit more aggressive. I wouldn't count them out. That was a rough start to this series, but it's a long series. And as Ogre 2 said, if Classic looks ahead too far, Final Boss will take advantage of that.
And, guys, they have to be very careful because this next game type is one that Classic is very strong at, and that is Onslaught, Capture the Flag, and Sundance 4-1. Final Boss needs this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They need this game for obvious reasons. They need to bounce back. That Slayer game, they probably felt like they could have won it. They were up ahead early, but this is a bounce-back game for them. If they don't win this, it's going to be an impossible task for them to come back almost. So you know they know that. The pressure is on, so you know they're going to bring their A game right away. The question is, do they overextend in the beginning and put themselves into a hole? They can't afford to do that.
All right, well, you know how Onslaught works. It's the first team to capture 5 flags. Of course, there's no power weapons, no power-ups, so it's all about the battle rifle. Thanks a lot, Nexon. Gandhi, what can we expect to see here out of Classic as they open this strat?
We're going to see a lot of fast-paced aggression here. Gosayami is one player who doesn't lose when they have the lead. Ever since I've been on the team with him, anytime we have the lead, he always closes it out. He's just got great leadership.
All right, Scott, and Sundance, of course. What are you looking for in this match?
Well, I mean, you know, there's the big thing for me, honestly, in this match, and just to remove everything for a second from what we typically talk about, is Final Boss getting back to that place where I think they belong. I think if Final Boss wins this one, you know, it's going to reinforce the fact that they are back. They're going to have a top tournament finish for the first time in a while. Remember, they came in as the 7th seed. Final Boss, I mean, this is not the legacy team we used to see, but they're building that back. Tots was having fun. He was very animated yesterday and today. And I think, honestly, Ogre 2 maybe is feeling a little bit different about the game and feeling a little bit different about what he's doing. He's always competitive, hates to lose at anything. We know that. But this squad, for some reason, seems to be clicking. And you know Fear and Victory, these guys want to win as badly as anybody. So that's really the thing that I'm looking for out of Final Boss. Now, out of Classic, I'm looking for them to bounce back because these guys, you know, going into their matchup against Dinky, they felt like they were the better squad. They felt like they played better Halo yesterday. They just ran into a buzzsaw because Instinct, honestly, was playing near flawless Halo. That's 2 days in a row. We always talk about the fact that this event is a grind. You can do well on Friday, you can do well on Saturday, but can you string 3 days together? So far, Instinct has done that.
And right now we're seeing as Classic. They started strong, but now we're watching as Final Boss is pushing in on their flag. Victor X is there inside the Classic base. Or that's Ogre 2, rather. But we're going to jump on board with Victor X. He's fighting off of his B Street, and Ghost Yami's coming up behind him. So 2 minutes into the game, neither team really able to take complete map control. Neither team pulling the flags, really. And Scott, Final Boss, they've always been a setup team. Are they still a setup team now that they have Tots?
Not to the extent that they were before. Before, you saw them take it nice and slow, and they wouldn't even touch a flag unless they had 2 guys top middle and a guy on the box spawn killing. Now you see them pull the flag even if one of their members is dead.
And I have to give huge props to Victory X right now, guys. You saw as he had 0 bullets left in his battle rifle. That's how long he's been staying alive, and he's been doing it mostly at his base, just trying to fend off the attackers from Classic. He's doing a fantastic job. Now we're starting to see a little bit of teamwork from Final Boss, but not nearly the team shot that we're seeing out of Classic. Victory X getting set up top B, and this is my favorite position to watch him in because he uses the wall and the dumpster so well, but he's going to be taken out from the flag. We're going to jump on board with Tots here. He's trying to set up top A, and he had some great long-range shots to take out. It looked like a player top B there. It was Tizoxic as he drops down to clean up his own kill, and now he's moving in for the objective. The objective player that Final Boss needed, well, it's going to be Tots.
Surprise right there. Fear grabs the flag. Actually, Tots is moving in, and he's covering him, slaying from up top. I like this because maybe it's a little juke right there, getting Classic off guard.
And it was perfect, Sundance, because Fear itself had no shield, so he was going to run the flag, let Tots get in that slaying position to spawn camp. They were putting shots on Tots, ignoring the flag, and now you see the result. It's 1-0. Final Boss, the first to score here.
And they're back on flag. There were just 3 down for Classic. Ogre 2 with the flag now again. I like this. Final boss, aggressive, not worrying about the setup too much right here, just going with the flow of the game. And honestly, that's what you have to do at this point in Halo 3.
And Ogre 2 is going to be stopped, but Fear itself is going to keep that flag alive. Rather than running it, he just touched it once, tried to put some shots on the spawners, and Tots is going to go for it. He gets it back to his stairs, but not quite up the stairs. And we're watching as Ogre 2 just had a clutch 4-shot on the player top B, and he's going to put in the second flag of the game. Final boss starting to roll here, Sonny.
I love it. I love what I'm seeing out of them. Bounce back, just like I said. I think right now they're feeding off the fact that Classic is overextending a little bit. You see Ogre 2 with a double kill right there. Triple kill. Let's keep it going.
Oh, Ghost Ayami shutting him down.
All 4 down for Classic right there after that, and 3 alive for Final Boss. That's huge. They're set up. They're in a momentum mode right now where they're feeding off of each other. And you know what? That's not something we've seen out of Final Boss for quite a while. It's good to see. The last 2 days, they've had moments of brilliance. It's whether or not they can string that together for an entire series and get themselves out of this lower bracket and back into the championship match.
And now they're looking a lot like Instinct here. I said earlier that the team shot wasn't there. Well, it's there now, guys. Check it out. Ogre 2 only having to put 1 or 2 shots on all of his opponents because they're weak when they charge him. There's the spawner over on A side. He's going to get cleaned up by Victor X, who's sitting top A. And now Ogre 2 is running flag number 3.
And all Classic was dead right there. This is going to be a cap right here.
Oh, Chick was alive, and he's a sneaky beef sitting in the base. He's going to be able to stop the flag. Soldier 187 and Tizoxic were pushing in, but they were way too late as Tots is going to score it 3-0 final boss, and Victor X is running number 4.
Now notice how Tots is staying at his base right now. He's watching the flank to make sure they can execute this flag. That's a big play right there.
And not only did he stay at his base, he made his move top middle. They're making some sweet jumps. I wish I could do that. 3-0, but Classic was able to stop that flag number 4. Let's jump back on board with Classic to see how they can bounce back from this 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the thing that Classic can't let happen right here is they can't go from winning that Slayer game to getting a 5-0 flag cap game happen against them, because that's a huge momentum shift for Final Boss. And as we saw, Final Boss just clutched it 2 game 5s in a row. So all they need is to realize that they've heated up and they're on fire. And Classic's going to find themselves in a position where they're going to have to play flawless Halo.
And I'll tell you what, Chig is heating up right now. He had the double, looked like he had the overkill set up for him. Wisely, Scott, ungreedy, great play out of Chig. He left those last 2 kills, let Soldier clean up the easy double, and now we're watching as Tizoxic is running the flag into his base, and he hasn't been shot once.
Yeah, this is a nice counter. This is a nice comeback right here from Classic. That's exactly what they need to do. Nice execution. And Tizoxic, a guy who you'd expect to be doing some covering fire, he's the one running the flag back. They just know they need to score some flags no matter how they do it.
We got Tizoxic sitting up top B. Looks like he's going to be the last member alive. Ghost Ayami picking up a kill off the respawn, and Chig is there to support him on B side. So what looked like a terrible spawn trap was sprung open by Ghost Ayami. Nice play by him. So clutch, and now final boss. They have to worry about the other players spawning on A side. And Tizoxic, nice job to stay alive here. Now he's going to try and set up top A here, Scott. And if he goes top middle, things could look bad for final boss.
Yeah, Tizoxic isn't a player who really likes to go top middle. He's more of a, I'm going to go in your base, get on the top of the box, and start spawn killing you.
And it looks like it worked. He picked up 2 kills, injured the 3rd, and that opened up an opportunity for Ghost Ayami to run this flag. He has no shield, but he has confidence in his support, and he's going to run it bottom B. Awesome decision-making by Ghost Ayami, and great cover fire by Chig and Soldier.
Wow, he got that flag further than I thought he would, and that leads to a cap 3-2. Great teamwork right there out of Classic.
I guess the momentum shift before it even happened, guys. I'm real proud of myself. Let's jump back on board with Final Boss. So they are all encroaching on this Classic base. Let's jump on board with Victor X. His battle rifle is hot.
I like that SAT word right there, encroaching. Nicely done.
I did go to high school. Twice. All right, Ogre 2 running the flag bottom B, it looks like, and Final Boss is moving in flag number 4.
Just when you think Classic's right back in it and they've got the momentum and map control, Final Boss comes back, and they're now 1 cap away from closing this out.
Final Boss does a great job at getting Classic out of the power positions. Every time they spawn, you see them nade top middle, and that's what you need to do. All
right, and we got Ogre 2 pushing in the base right now. Meanwhile, we're watching Tots sitting up top middle. Ogre 2 is going to be taken down 4-2 with 7 minutes left in regulation time. Great long-range shots by Tots, staying alive, letting his shields recharge, and now he's going to put shots on the 2 players top B.
It's really interesting because this tournament we have a new award that we're looking to give. I think if you were here for the opening, you saw the Matador was here to announce it. We're looking for the players who make the most bold moves throughout the course of the weekend to give their teams the advantage and the upper hand and get them a victory. Not necessarily a tournament victory, but just a player who's, the guy who's bold and just won't back down. And it's amazing because I'm seeing guys who I remember from back in the Halo 1 and Halo 2 days really stepping up again. Ogre 2 seems to be playing better today than I saw on Friday, without a doubt, and more consistently so far in this series and the previous series than I saw yesterday. And Ghost dropping a kill tack? I mean, come on, that was nuts. Oh, I'm sorry.
Killing Frenzy.
It was a riot.
Killing Frenzy.
Yeah, that's right. I still call it a riot. Whatever.
You old school Halo 1 noob. All right, Ghost Ayami running the flag. Check this out, guys. Just when we thought Final Boss was going to close out the game, Classic comes right back. It's now 4-3. I'm getting excited. The losers bracket finals, Classic, Final Boss, and Classic. If they can come back in this game, Sundance, they'll be just one game away from meeting up with Instinct once again in the finals. But Victory X is trying to make sure that doesn't happen as he's running flag number 5.
Yep. And the flag's in a good position right here. I think this one may be over.
There's the Heretic toss up to Ogre 2, but Ogre 2 is stopped. Tots misses the mid-air beatdown, and we have the return from Classic. Great play from Soldier.
Soldier really playing some solid Halo today.
And Soldier 187, he's one of those guys you don't really talk about enough. He's just one of those consistent support players who is always there getting the W, and that is something I've seen in all of the teams we had in our top 4 this weekend, guys. It's not the teams with the main slayers, the flashy guys. It's the teams that are just consistent and do everything for the win, and it's totally working out for both Final Boss and Classic here on the main stage. And we're going to watch as Soldier is going to be working with not only Ghost Ayami, but he's also got Chig behind him trying to go up A. He's going to take all the firepower, but that's going to open up an opportunity for Ghost to make his way top A. And Ghost is going to stay up top A rather than pushing in on the FB base. I think he's looking out for a player trying to sneak in for his flag. And he's finally going to be taken down. Let's jump back on board with the Final Boss team. It looks like they just won all of their individual battles there. Fear itself and Ogre 2 working together with Victory over on B side. Victory picks up the double. Fear picks up the kill on Ghost Yami. That's going to be 4 dead, and we got Victory running the flag bottom middle. This could be it unless we have amazing grenades. Tizoxic's taken down, 3 still dead for Classic, and that's going to be the game.
Oh, man. Final Boss closed that one out. That was a great finish for them.
So Final Boss showing they have life, and they were led by their captain and oldest member of the team, Ogre 2, who drops not only 30 kills, but 27 assists to go plus 10, and Victor X is right behind him with 28 kills and a plus 13 ratio. Final Boss definitely bouncing back from that game number 5. That was game number 6. We're going to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, you'll see game number 7.